And now for updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akirijola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ayo. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufa.
Morning. Liverpool with Chelsea.
Yeah, another blockbuster weekend. Let's start it off from Anfield. And it was Liverpool, peeped Chelsea, but Chelsea actually gave a good fight. Gave a good account of themselves and put in a good shift. I must say that. Because if you just look at the scoreline, you'll be doing a whole lot of disservice to Chelsea. The Blues on the day actually won 2-1.
What happened to Arsenal?
Curtis Jones actually scoring the...
What happened to Arsenal?
Curtis Jones scoring the winner. But let's actually put into perspective, because Liverpool are at the top of the table, 1 point above Manchester City, who are second. We'll be talking about them in a moment. Arsenal third, no thanks to that particular loss over the weekend. Yeah. And when you actually look at it right now, the unbeaten run, Manchester City actually holding that, they're actually getting closer to Chelsea. And 9 more games before they can actually level Chelsea.
Who was number one there? So I didn't think very clearly. No, the previous one. Who was number one?
The
longest unbeaten run.
I think it's Manchester United.
No, it's Arsenal. Don't get it wrong.
Okay, Arsenal with 49 games from that particular unbeaten season. So let's see how he actually goes. Mo Salah keeps adding to his tally. Whether he stays for another season is left to be seen. Away from that, contentious decision actually marked the end of Manchester City's win over Wolverhampton Wanderers on the day at the Molineux, but it was adjudged to be a fair goal. And just those leaving it late again, once again, actually rising the highest to score what proved to be the winner. Josko Gvardiol got a goal in the middle of all the chaos that actually happened. Manchester City still looking unbeaten. They're the only unbeaten team in the Premier League as we speak. Looking at all the results from the weekend in the Premier League quickly, of course, the biggest of them was the fact that Arsenal did lose to AFC Bournemouth 2-0. Manchester United were back to winning ways, beating Brentford 2-1. Away from that, Victor Boniface, who has been in rich vein of form ever since returning back to Bayer Leverkusen from the Super Eagles, had a close shave with death, literally. He had just helped his team to a massive win over the weekend, and he was actually driving home in the middle of the night, and I'm not in the middle of the night, late at night, and this actually happened, and you can see his car was totaled completely. Wow. And he had blood all over his arm. He had to be rushed to the hospital. Some of the videos we cannot publish because it's very gory. But we are happy that he's safe. We're happy that he's been stabilized and he didn't sustain any fatal injury. And these things do happen. So just a little update there. But some good news actually coming in, which is the fact that our Flamingos are still flying high. Ayo, they are doing very well. And against Ecuador, they actually beat them again. 4. And you look at that and you can't but just celebrate what they are doing, because not only are they just put in a shift, they've been consistent over the years. Yep. And they are continuing this rich vein of form, qualifying for the next round, which is the quarterfinals of this particular tournament.
Going for gold.
And who knows? They've been close. Yeah. And we're hoping that this time around they can actually bring it in.
They should bring it up.
And away from that quickly, let's talk about Formula 1 Rufai. And it was quite flawless. Yeah. But we have to first pay homage to Charles Leclerc and Ferrari for dominating that particular US Grand Prix in Austin. But of course, there were controversies. Lando Norris and Max Verstappen back and forth. Hamilton got stuck in a rubble, because this is what Verstappen had to say. I think it's quite clear you can't overtake outside the white line. And Lando Norris say, I think I did the correct thing, but I don't make the rules. So talking about that particular overtaking that actually happened in the 15th, and ultimately meaning that they had to give him a penalty, talking about Lando Norris. So he moved from 3rd to 4th. The race is still on, because if you actually look at the drivers' championship at the moment, Lando Norris was hoping that he will be able to close the buffer, but he wasn't really able to do that. And let's see if 5 more races to go. Let's see if he can actually make up for lost time. But it's looking like his team, McLaren, will win the championship or the constructors' title this year. And very emotional for Francis Ngannou, who lost his child and said that he's doing everything for his son. And he was visibly shaken. His son died earlier this year. And he said Kobe is the reason why he's doing what he's doing right now. And Pereira just got the worst because he just took out all his frustration of losing a son at such a tender age on the boy. He was emotional. He was in tears. He was just speaking about the boy and how much it meant to him and why he did this for the son. One of the worst things that can ever happen to a father, losing a son at that kind of age, or a parent actually, not just a father, even the mother, of course, certainly grieving. So, and finally, of course, over the course of the weekend, in the bid as they are celebrating 10 years, Epis actually had a novelty match where they put together some of the staff to play some of the best of football out there. Kudos to them and how things have actually played out. Congratulations to them also.
Good one to Epis there. Real quickly, I want to talk about Formula One. So you never reported what happened with the sprint race over the weekend. So I knew that the McLaren, the McLaren cars were really, really very fast.
They were fast.
I mean, no, not the McLaren cars. The Ferrari cars were really very fast when you see the sprint race. So at the sprint race, Sainz overtook, Russell, and they got up to second and third position at the sprint race that Verstappen won at first. The sprint race was on Saturday. They had a sprint race which was just 19 laps in Austin. Then finally, when they had this final race, which Leclerc took and all of that, I mean, it just shows the twist that is going on in Formula One this season. And it's unimaginable, the demystification, if I can use the word, of Verstappen. The so-called Verstappen car that we used to say was
RB20
out and out, very good and all of that, I think the car has been demystified. And also Verstappen himself as a racer.
Formula One is about ergonomics, man and machine.
Has been demystified largely.
Okay. All right, congratulations to the Flamingos. Of course, I'm here rooting for them and just putting that out there. I'm glad that the Minister of Sports, Senator John Eno, has also come out to congratulate them. They are topping Group A right now, 6 points, 3 points clear from the second. I think it's Ecuador who's second. And also, the next game is going to be with the host, Dominican Republic. Again, they've already qualified, like you mentioned, but just rooting for our girls. And very quickly on Arsenal, I think they have to watch it, especially with regards to discipline of their team, of their players. 8 games,
but they are
8
saying
matches,
that they are
3
being
men out.
victimized
How
and
can
being
you
picked
3
out
times, three red cards
because
in
they
8
keep
matches?
putting incidences side by side
So then if
to say that
if they're being victimized, then they also have to ensure that there's discipline on the pitch, because it's a disadvantage to them if they keep having, keep getting their men sent off. But now that the unbeaten run has been, I think, puts them under a lot of pressure. Can we now face the game and face the trophy?
Let's see how it goes.
Okay, very quick stories. Well, we're very happy that Boniface is well.
Yes, he is.
He was going to the Frankfurt airport in a Mercedes car driven by someone else when that accident occurred. He was going to the Frankfurt airport, to welcome some friends. But he will be in action against Brest in the UEFA Champions League on Wednesday. So, sharp injuries to the left arm, but he's very well. And he says, well, God has said it is not yet his time. And we join him in prayer that he will live very long.
Amen.
And God will always protect him. Now, Remo Insurance, Remo Stars of Ikene, over the weekend, they beat Vendor Insurance, yes. And now they are top of the table. People from Ogun State, we're all rooting for Remo Stars and hoping that they will do.
Remo has made Ogun on the map.
Neymar Jr. is back to action, and he will be playing for Al Hilal today. He's been out as a result of injury, something with the femur, for about a year. So it's good to have him back on the field of play. Osimhen had a bicycle kick over the weekend that was celebrated even by the team. Third league goal for Galatasaray, and the club put it on their X page that this was not just photography, this was a work of art. So that's what you see.
Somebody will have to celebrate their own. They are paying good money for him to have his services.
It's about paying money, it's about the talent, the genius of Victor Osimhen. Finally, we see a different style under Arne Slot with Liverpool, different from what we saw under Jurgen Klopp. It's more measured, it's more studied, but it delivers the results. Playing against Enzo Maresca's team, Chelsea, what he did, beating Chelsea 2-1, is really important. and with his own style, he's top of the table. I think it's something that we should look into about difference in styles and how that can make also a difference in outcomes.
The perfect storm is still ahead. This is just the beginning.
Well,
this is just the beginning. Early days, 8 games played. This is just the beginning. His mettle will be tested when he gets into the December, January, February.
We'll see.
Period.
Thank you very much.
Then we'll know whether or not we'll find out the stock is made of.
Thank you.